Is here showing just why people are saying, you know what, it's time. I'm upping my cooking game. Maybe I tried a different grill, but I just want the top of the line. Maybe I don't have anything like this, or maybe I just always wanted something like this, but the price was just a little bit out of reach. Right now, the Wolfgang Puck 1000-watt Panini Grill. That was a $39.95 grill. Already did fantastic. Yes, already did fantastic at that price in November, actually sold out at that price in November with only one color. We've now brought it back. We have brought it to you for $26.95 for our today's special. Great, great deal with our 5 Flex, home for $5 and change, $4.50 on your HSN card. You're just going to choose your color. So here is our midnight blue. Love the midnight blue. You don't get a lot of things in this color for kitchen gadgets. This is the stainless steel, already very popular and getting limited, so grab this one if you love it. I think the champagne is so classy. If you're someone who has gold or copper accents in your kitchen, this is so beautiful. The red is the one that all of the famous chefs know and love and use. It is our second most limited, meaning it is going fast. And then of course we have white and black all available. Over half off retail on these is excellent. Now we have Marion. I said Marion and it's not Marion. No, that's okay. Now we have chef. They're all chefs. Chefs. It is so nice to see you. Please come and join me. Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. It is Marion. Okay, I'm so sorry. I thought she was laughing at me and said, no, don't do it. Okay. Hello, I'm Natasha. I'm new here. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, good morning.
So nice to actually spend time with you. We haven't done anything yet together, so hello. I want to know, just first and foremost, for this price, I'm getting something home for a kitchen that's just an incredible value, but what kind of power does something have for 1,000 watts? What are we talking?
Well, it's Wolfgang Puck, and he knows how to make the power work so that it works for your advantage, so that it heats up in less than 3 minutes, that it cooks really quickly. I love that it's cooking top and bottom. I love the floating hinge. But here's the thing, if you're like me and you get that hangry feeling where you're like, you gotta make a decision and something's gotta be cooking or else you're gonna be rummaging for some chips or something, this is for you because it's so quick. And when you're cooking top and bottom, it means it's twice as fast. That sounds twice as good to me. Ooh, yeah. And then when it's non-stick, it's really easy on the cleanup. So right now, this is pistachio crusted French toast. So some challah bread, we dipped it in some egg and some milk, into some crushed pistachios.
Gorgeous.
And then see how it's just floating on top? It's not smooshing it flat. A lot of other panini grills on the market are hinged in the back. And so what happens when you have something thick like this is it kind of spits it out the front or makes uneven grill marks. So these are all the tricks that Wolfgang knows. He loves sandwiches. He loves simple things. And he'll show you all about it when he comes. I'm glad he's sleeping and he had a really long flight. And he is awesome. It's so good to be here with him again. But this is the way you make your food, right? It's so easy. If you love good food, if you're trying to cook at home, if you're new to cooking, you need it.
And that hinge is really important. It really is the difference between being able to get that really nice press experience where both sides are being pushed together and it's really reaching the extent of the food. And that's why you get those lovely lines on all of, oh my gosh.
I know.
Look at how evenly that is cooking and then all of that fat and grease just dripping right into this little trap. Is that what it's called, the trap?
That's a good name for it because it keeps it off of my hips. But even a thick strip steak, I love that in 3 minutes of preheat, try that on your barbecue grill, or even a skillet on the stove, right? Yeah. And then all the excess grease ends up in here so you can discard it. It's not going into your body. The food is not sitting in it and making it all gross and greasy. But already, this has been, what, probably a minute?
Yes, if that.
So that's like having 2 minutes on the stove. So it's really, really quick. But I love it for all things from breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. So already, right, we did the French toast. We did the grilled cheese. Now we've got the big, thick steak. And if you love something like pimento cheese, you haven't lived till you've had it on a croissant.
So I have never had it on a croissant.
Oh,
it's
so
literally
good.
one of my favorite foods.
And so with this, what we like to do is kind of do it inside out, like there's the brown side, and just go like this. Ooh. But it is so good, and it takes literally 2 minutes.
And what I'm noticing here is the cleanup when you're finished with something, you're just wiping this off because it's non-stick. So this is minutes to get it preheated. You're not talking about ongoing waiting, leaving it, forgetting about it. Minutes, I mean seconds to clean up. And it really is a use for breakfast, lunch, dinner. The possibilities are kind of endless. I'm loving the grease trap, which is now what I'm calling
Right?
it.
No,
it
for
all
real.
drips off beautifully, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect it to be able to have such a wonderfully even cook while also removing all of that grease. It's impressive.
And so I did the bacon, and you'd be surprised. It's so cool when the bacon grease it's not swimming in it. And in the case of bacon, it's less than 3 minutes until it's done, but all of that's not going into your arteries. I love that. But here's the other cool thing with doing bacon. Because the lid is closed on top of it, Natasha, there's no grease spattering all over your kitchen. You know how bacon loves to do it. We love it because it's so good and it smells like heaven, but that mess is awful. But see how it's all trapped underneath that closed lid? All these little things matter. When you have an appliance that works fast, that gets dinner made and it's healthier because it is grilled, when it's not a pain in the neck to clean up and when it doesn't make a gigantic mess all over your kitchen, that's where you're gonna say, oh my gosh, where has this been all my life? I love this thing.
The size is so convenient, Marion. I mean, I feel like it's big enough to be able to cook whatever you're going to need to fit on there. Obviously, the huge steaks, the big pieces of bread, but it's also not so big that you can't store it anywhere. You're looking at about 12 3/4 by about 11 1/2 inches. So this is something where if you're kind of short on kitchen storage space, it's going to be your saving grace. It gets all that pack, all that punch, but without taking up too much real estate in the kitchen, which can be valuable. You just have to choose your color, and stainless steel is moving really fast. So again, if it's the one you love and you want to get it home for $5 and change, check out in your cart with the stainless steel now because it is moving. That's already done? Marion, it's already done?
It's beautifully done. Look, both sides. So that's that inside out croissant with some pimento cheese in it. And I'll cut that in just a second, but let me show you the ultimate in cleanup. If you don't even want to have to wipe something out, you can wrap a lot of things in parchment paper.
Okay.
Because the parchment doesn't burn, but it'll still cook within. So this is actually a pre-made Cuban sandwich that we bought, and they usually come to you wrapped in parchment. But this is what's so cool. That hinge is in the middle, so this is gonna float on top. It's literally going to cook this quickly, and then we're gonna have zero mess, not even the need for a towel to wipe it out. So it's really that win-win. Let me grab my knife. I don't remember where I put it. I'll just break it. I don't know where it is. But this is that ooey gooey pimento cheese inside of a croissant. But you can make your leftovers come back to life. My husband loves to take 2 pieces of leftover pizza, turn them inside out, and then I know.
My husband was saying this last night too.
Oh, was he?
Because you know why I want to grab this one is for the pizza. Because even, first of all, you can turn it on, fold
Inside
it
out.
and then do it. Or you could even not close it all the way and kind of have it act as a broiler cooking on top and making it all gooey again. And the bottom gets nice. And Maillard is the word. He says, he's like, I'm going to pay you $1 if you use that word on air, honey. Because it really is the science of making something more savory and delicious purely just by cooking it. And this is how you can now do that in seconds.
And you have to kind of watch it because it goes so quick. You can overcook your steak pretty quickly. Let's see how we did.
That's beautiful.
Wolfgang, if I didn't do as good as you, well, it's a little over for what Wolfgang likes, but it's okay. Lots of us like our steak done that way. But isn't that cool? And look, it's top and bottom at the same time, the beautiful grill marks on both sides. This is the item that I love in my kitchen. And Natasha, we hear so much from our customers because Wolfgang has quite a lot of items in his line that are smaller. And so many people live alone or they're just starting out. And so the smaller appliances like his little cook and stir, his
cute.
panini, his tiny rice cooker, his tiny tea kettle, makes so much sense. So if you pick this up today, I think you're gonna be sending us an email in a week saying, or whenever you get it saying, oh my gosh, where has this been? It is small, but it is mighty.
Oh, exactly. And especially when you're saying what you need to be cooking. The space of the actual grill itself is all the size you're going to need for even the largest piece of meat that you're putting in there. But there's no wasted space on this. And look how fast it is to clean and to create. You just choose your color. I think that dark blue is very elegant looking. The white's beautiful as well. Remember, you have the black and the red. That stainless steel is moving. But I personally think the champagne is gorgeous. My kitchen has copper accents, and it's so hard to find something that looks, balanced with that space, and that champagne is very, very special. To get a Wolfgang Puck piece home for $26.95 is out of this world. Over half off retail. I know all of you with an HSN customer card right now are going, $4.50 to get it home right now? How did this happen? And if you don't have one, you can grab one. We give you the card number right over the phone, and you get it for free. And you can actually put more in your cart today and get, some of that for free because you're getting $40 off your total purchase just by calling the number on your phone. They'll give you that credit card number. Boom, now you're gonna get this wonderful panini press, plus maybe the utensils. Oh, the mixing bowls are great too. Personally, I love those mixing bowls. Is this the prettiest Reuben I've ever seen, Chef? It's gorgeous.
It's going to be once it hits the press, but it'll do thick sandwiches, it'll do something as thin as bacon, or something as tall as like a muffaletta sandwich, which we're gonna do next. But it's so easy. I love something that doesn't take a long preheat, that doesn't make a gigantic mess when it's time to clean up, because all of that matters. If something is difficult to clean, we might have purchased it, but then you're just not going to go there.
Cleaning it.
It's too disheartening when you have a huge mess, because life is busy, right?
Yes.
So let me season these real quick.
I have to tell you, there was a very difficult to clean panini press that my family owned a while back, and it caused a great rift between my sister and my father. She said, if you don't clean it afterwards, you're not allowed to use it. And he said, it's too complicated to clean. And it literally turned into this war. And I see now, it's just a wipe down. It's so fast because of this wonderful non-stick coating that you can trust, because Wolfgang clearly knows his stuff better than anyone out there. Wow, eggs?
Yeah, so you pour the beaten egg. I did prop it up on a towel to try to keep it from running out here.
Marion.
And it takes about 30 seconds. It's 2 beaten eggs. And then before the eggs set, put the pieces of bread, or you could do a tortilla or something else on there, or just skip it all together.
Get out.
But
that one really blew my mind.
So how long would it take you to preheat a skillet on the stove to make your eggs, right? And think about it. You've got a portable breakfast sandwich on the go that you're ready to run out the door. It'll save you a ton of money from going into drive-thrus.
People would charge you $10 for that.
I know.
Even at a drive-through breakfast place, now those sandwiches are $8, $9, $10 sometimes. You just did that in seconds. It's gorgeous, restaurant quality, better than anything you're going to be getting at a drive-through, that's for sure. And quite frankly, for $26.95, you can have unlimited of those with that couple second cleanup. Oh no, I'm going to become a panini girl now. This is it. Okay, so what are we doing with the Reuben?
So this is just a gigantic Reuben sandwich that we've got all the good stuff on it. It's got the pastrami, the corned beef, the sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, Thousand Island dressing, and it's on rye or marble rye bread. But it's going to take about 3 minutes till it's completely heated all the way through. Why? Because we're cooking top and bottom at the same time. It is the way to go. If you're busy, if you're trying to carve out really quick time to make maybe really healthy meals, maybe you eat vegan and you do a bunch of vegetables, grilled vegetables in here are amazing, and they're so quick because it's top and bottom. But less mess because your lid is down on top, so you don't have that grease like if it's the burgers like we have here. Notice there's no grease like spraying up and out like there is if you were doing it in a skillet. And then I didn't have to go out and light the barbecue grill. It's a fantastic way to do all your cooking.
The bacon, the burgers, all of that, to have the grease totally dripping off. It's not going in your arteries. It is a healthier way. If you're just thinking, I just want to be a little bit healthier, that's my whole purpose of doing it. That alone's worth the cost of admission to me, to have the ability to remove the grease and the fat from the cooking. But also, it's the versatility of this. I mean, vegetables, eggs. I had no idea you could do eggs in this. And I thought about it in my head, because I know that you give this wonderful recipe book that comes along with this. We give you several recipes to try. And I thought, I'm going to have to see these eggs in person. And you did it in seconds, Chef. That was impressive.
And then I love that he made these spatulas to go with it. There's a longer one that's great for like a piece of fish because it's almost the length of the Panini Grill. So you can just slide under. And I love that they're nylon so they're not going to scratch the surface. But look at this one. It's so ingenious. Only Wolfgang, right? So
Those
slide it
so
under your burger. And then what I love is that it's secure. Like it's not going to fall off your spatula. You're just good to go. But look, those were 3-minute burgers, right? It's so fast. And then all of this gooey stuff, it's a lot, right? There's a lot of grease in here. Let me see if I can pour it out and you can see how much came off of just those burgers. And then I'll put the grease trap back. But right, all of that is saving you, and then it's going right down into your drip cup that comes with it. And then the wipe down is still really easy. And here's a little trick. If you did cook something that's, makes a bigger mess than usual, when you're done cooking, unplug your panini, take a couple of wet paper towels or even a kitchen towel that you've gotten wet, and when you close it, you unplug it, okay? Of course. But now you've got steam that's gonna help you do the cleanup, and then you just wipe it down. So isn't it, it's so great. Only Wolfgang thinks of all of these things. He really is a genius in the kitchen, and it's because he's really passionate about these different foods. He loves the crispy bacon that lays completely flat and doesn't get all curled up. He loves good French toast. The grilled cheese, that's what he would be nibbling on if he was here. here. In fact, we need to make another one of those because they're so
Oh,
fast.
my
It's less than 2
goodness.
minutes for a grilled cheese.
I wanted to taste that croissant. That blew my mind.
Oh,
You made
please
a
do.
3-minute burger with a $3 utensil, I have to say. Because
What?
it's home on Flex for $3.33 or $3.99 with any
No
credit card.
way.
And you're getting both of them. You're getting, these are like an awesome invention. This isn't even a utensil, this is an invention.
It really is.
It's
Look,
so smart.
look at
And look at how the perfect width of it. I mean, you're getting both of them. I love it. You're just going to choose black or red on those. So wiping it down takes a second. You see that hinge there on the lid. And I think the white's nice. I mean, I don't know what color kitchen you have. You probably have a lot of stainless steel because, you know, professional chefs, they usually do the stainless steel. Everyone loves that colorway.
But I choose red for all my appliances, that little pop.
You do?
I love that, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so here is the red. That's what Chef Marian loves. Of course, we have our stainless steel down here, but I really want to invite you, if we do run out of these, and we very well may, we also have this gorgeous midnight blue. This is my favorite, the champagne, and then the black and the white. So we are doing another right now over here. What, 1 minute on the grilled cheese?
The grilled cheese, yeah. And what's so great is look at you can see the cheese is overhanging the sandwich.
Okay.
But because it's such great nonstick, you don't have to worry about that. It's just gonna lift off when we lift the sandwich. But here we go. You could have fit 2 on here. I love that it's big enough for at least 2 people, depending on what you're cooking. But because it cooks so fast, even if you did have 4, I think this is still that perfect size.
Yes.
Because it cooks very, very quickly. But versatility when it can do breakfast on the go really quickly, and then lunch, dinner, snacks. I love, our grandkids are old enough now that they've graduated past the microwave, past the little kitty things.
Oh,
and
nice.
so to use the air fryer or to use the Wolfgang's little tiny rice cooker or this little panini, kids love little things, right? And so they feel like this is the size for them. So if you've got a kiddo or a grandkid that you love, this is that perfect elevation once they start getting into the kitchen and making a few things. I think you'll be surprised at how much they love it.
Especially if it's just something you want to take with you on the go. You know, I have an RV and I'm not usually taking out the pans and the pots and all of that. This is an amazing way to cook on the go if you're taking it, whether it is, you know, into your cabin, into your RV, however you do that. But for me, it's the size and the punch that it packs. I mean, look at what you just did on that Reuben in a matter of maybe 2 minutes, and it is so perfectly cooked.
And
Gorgeous.
it's quick, right? So it's on both sides are going to be those pretty grill marks.
Yeah,
it's crispy
yeah.
and crunchy and perfect. And look, I've got nonstick, so I don't have a huge mess left here. In fact, let me put something else on. Oh, this is another big sandwich.
Oh, you can't put that one in there.
This is the big muffaletta. Now, sometimes we do get them too big, and it's past what the hinge can handle. So if that happens, we'll either smoosh it down, or I'll take a little bit of the meat off.
This is like a 4-inch sandwich, I have to tell you, maybe
No, it's
more.
gonna work.
It's kind of, yes, wow. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
But look how cool. I love this.
It's the hinge on the back that really allows it to become a perfectly, you know, it's an even cook. It's going down flat on top, flat on bottom. And some of these panini presses, like you said, they don't have that hinge control on the handle. So it always kind of just closes like a mouth. But this one has that additional ability to move to really create that pressure that you need for this exact cook.
Yeah, so exactly what you were saying. The hinge is in the middle. Right here you can see the little screw that's holding it. A lot of the other ones on the market, it's hinged back here. And so what that does is make like a clam where it wants to just kind of spit your sandwich out the front or whatever you did have in it. But not Wolfgang. He designed his just perfectly, and it's because he modeled them after the professional ones that are used in the kitchen.
Wow.
But look, how long has it been? Like not even 2 minutes.
Oh, that looks so good.
But see all the cheese that oozed out? It's just not a problem with this. It's gonna be perfect, and watch when I lift. See how it comes up like a skirt?
Oh,
it just
wow,
stays.
it just came up with
Yeah.
it. Okay, that's
Every
how
time.
you know that it's that perfect nonstick. It's a nonstick that you really don't get at this price, quite frankly. It just, the whole cheese came off with the sandwich, and when I saw it hanging off the edge, I thought, oh, that's gonna be cheese you're gonna have to scrape off the pan later, and you didn't. It came with you. That's impressive. Right now, over half off retail. Again, remember, these sold out back in November. We did not have this price on them. We were talking about the $39.95. This is our price, which is still great. Retail's $59.24. For today only, this is our today special. The price will go up at the end of the day back to the $39.95. For today only, we have taken 33% off, a whole third off this cost. You are getting it home for $5 and change on any credit card. Use your HSN credit card, $4.50, because remember, you get it right away. You just pay that first month, and then you're gonna pay that over 5 months, the $4.50 each month, but you get it right away. Probably one of the biggest steals in terms of value for the price that I've seen on a today's special. Really is one of the biggest.
So it's an exciting day. I'm so proud of him and for HSN for the miracle of this network to make something that's at a price that we saw 10 years ago. Yeah. And that it's still here. It makes you win, and we are so happy about that, because we know when you get yours home in a few days after that, you're going to be sending us emails saying what you cook on yours. And some of our best ideas, like the pistachio crusted French toast, came from you, from saying, look, this is something that my family loves. Will it make that? And we're like, oh, well, let's give it a try. But here's that Cuban. So this is the sandwich that's wrapped in parchment. You can do other things like this. A lot of foods can actually be wrapped in parchment. So then you have absolutely no mess. There's nothing to wipe out. So when you unwrap the sandwich, it still gets the grill marks. It still has the ooey gooey cheese when you unwrap it, but no mess. So if that's speaking to you, I don't know about you, but I love the cooking, but not so much the cleanup. But look, all that would have been something that you would at least have had to have wiped out with a cloth. But
you just use the wax parchment paper, cook it in that, take it with you to go, and it's like you went down to your favorite deli and got a $15 sandwich, but no, you know, it's coming from a panini press that costs less than double that cost. That's really, really beautiful.
And Cubans, you always cut on an extreme diagonal, which I love. I'm crazy about this sandwich. It's very popular here in the Tampa area, and it comes in many versions. Sometimes it has a single slice of like salami on it, sometimes tomatoes, lettuce, but usually it's always the nicely Spanish flavored pork, and then ham, pickles, yellow mustard, Swiss cheese, but the bread is really the secret. It's a Cuban bread that's, it's a lot different than French bread, more almost like a banh mi bread, really light and fluffy, but amazing. If you ever find one, get it or make it and put it in your Panini Grill. I think you'll be amazed.
Oh, I know my husband's losing his mind right now looking at this. And you have so many great recipes here. There are 15 recipes that are included with your Panini press. I want to read 2 of the reviews that we had here. One of our buyers said, it works like a charm, heats in just moments and cooks fast. Nice collection of recipes too. These recipes really are lovely. They're very detailed recipes put together by Wolfgang. Also, this is a great grill for everything, not just sandwiches. And we're about to see that here, because I hear Panini press, you may hear it, you may think, okay, so I do the bread, the stuff in the middle, and the bread. But we've seen you do steaks, we've seen you do French toast, we've seen you do eggs, bacon, really, really kind of possibilities are endless on this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And if you're trying to be very healthy, I love to take just a chicken breast that has nothing on it, and then the only seasoning we're gonna put on it is the everything but the bagel one, or everything bagel. What I love about this seasoning, and I think a lot of us do, is it makes this huge punch of flavor with so little effort. It's easier than doing even salt and pepper. But onto the grill it goes. Actually, let me use these so I don't mess up my tongs. But on it goes. And you can actually, because this chicken cutlet is pretty thin, you can buy them at the store that are really thin. You can actually cook them from frozen. So if you're the kind of person like me where you forget to pull something for dinner, or maybe your plans change, and if you come home hangry where you're just, I get that way where you're just so desperate for something to eat that if you don't make a decision that's healthy and it's quick to make, I'm gonna be rummaging in the cabinet for chips, something that I'm eating, it's not satisfying, and then I'm just gonna overeat later. So if that resonates with you, and I think for a lot of you it does, or if you struggle with your weight like I do, this can really be the answer to easily and deliciously making food that's both healthful and easy.
Yes, it takes moments. You don't have to think about which thing am I pulling out, which pan am I using, is this the right one, how long to preheat, is this one even clean? And when I saw you actually just create something wrapped already in parchment paper, that was the moment for me. That's how I need to take my food to go when I'm heading into work. I want it to be cooked, but I want it to also be ready to walk out the door with, and that is incredible. You cannot do that with other cooking devices. You just can't.
And so the 3-minute bacon is done. I'll shake off that little bit of grease, and I'll show you how much grease came off of that. Lay that with our other ones. Oh, and look at the bagel. I think you could get rid of your toaster and just, I love the toasted bread or bagel or whatever. But this is quite a bit of grease that you can see coming out of this drip cup. I'll tip it a little bit to get the rest of it out. It's significant, and if you can save this from going onto your hips, imagine if it was this a couple of times a week over the course of the year. It can really make a difference in how you eat, because the food is still delicious. It still has that lovely grilled taste, but it doesn't have to be sitting swimming in oil the way it would if it's in a skillet.
I'm smiling because I'm like, or if you're my dad from North Carolina, you save the bacon fat and then you cook in that.
That's the best.
Yeah, I know. Or you save it because you're going to use it later. Okay, so I'm seeing you wipe this in moments. I know we've just already sold 1,000 in this presentation. These are moving very quickly, especially, I know I keep saying it, but if you do really want one and you know you want the color that you love, grab that stainless steel in red. They have taken a huge lead. I love the champagne. I really think it's beautiful. It's elegant. It's unique. It stands out to me, especially if you have, you know, metal tone hardware in your kitchen. It's special with the gold or the copper, which is such a trend in kitchens. It's beautiful. Of course, the black and the white. You know, maybe you're grabbing this for someone who's heading off to college. Maybe you're grabbing it for that bachelor. I think the dark blue would be a wonderful gift. They're going to immediately gravitate towards a color. That's just how people are. They're all wonderful. They're all equally as valuable. But if you know that one color is just going to make that person's day, grab it for them in that color. I know the red is beautiful. I know you said you use the red, Chef Marion, but all of them home for $5 and change on Flex. That's just today because it's the 5 Flex Friday. The price on this being $26 and change is going to go up again tomorrow, back to the $40, $39.25. But even here at HSN, we're able to bring you these values because we have this relationship with Wolfgang Puck. We're looking at over half off retail, over half off of a retail cost for this. How about free, though, as my producer is saying? If you decide that you're ready to sign up for an HSN credit card, and let me tell you, it doesn't take much thought because there is no annual fee. You just get the number over the phone. You can use it right away. You get $40. Sometimes we offer $5, $10, $15. Today is $40 off of your order just for making this phone call and deciding to become a VIP member. That's it. There is no fee, and you always get an extra flex. But today, you'll get $40 off your purchase. Grab it for free. You could actually do this and, you know, the tongs and the spatula. Get that entire set. And what are you looking at? I think it's like a $6.95 if you grabbed both of them when you sign up for the card. Yep.
Wow. And look, I don't know how long ago we loaded it. I would say it's less than 3 minutes. And you would always take the temperature of something like this before you ate it. And so if you're using a thermometer, you would go in this way. Don't go this way because it's pretty thin.
Okay.
But see, it's cooking top, bottom. So when you look on the other side, you're going to see that it looks really, really good on this side too. But see, I didn't put any seasoning, any of the bagel seasoning on that side. But isn't that cool?
You didn't even spray it with anything. You didn't put anything on it. You just put took it right out of the fridge and put the chicken breast on the grill, and it's done. All you do is add a little bit of a dry seasoning rub. No butter, no oil, no spray, nothing. How healthy is that?
And what's really cool is because it's cooking top and bottom, let's say you forgot to thaw. So this was going on frozen. What's so cool is because it's top and bottom, it's gonna kind of thaw, cook, and meet in the middle so that when you pull this off and it's done, it's not dry.
Could you do it with frozen shrimp?
Oh, it's even easier because they're all kind of flat and easy. Yes,
so,
lots of
you know
things
how long
like
it
that.
takes me to thaw my shrimp, and then I just always forget, and then they're too icy, and it's just a horrible experience for me. So you could put something that's not thawed in here because it's not just only de-thawing from one side or cooking from the bottom to the top, and the extra water is going to run off anyway.
Yeah, and I would say the only thing you would need to remember is that it's a flat surface. So if you had something that was quite bumpy, the highest part is what would get the top grill marks. It's still going to be great, and the bottom will get grill marks. But just that's why it's so nice to have something like they sell the chicken cutlets that are nice and flat at Publix. Then we just freeze them and literally cook them from a frozen state. It's so nice.
Lovely. Wow, those bagels, beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
ditch your toaster and get this. And give this the spot on your counter that your toaster had.
It's just like, and you don't even have to worry. What I love so much is the cleanup on this is so easy when you have that nonstick. I don't know if any of you are just joining us and you didn't see when she had all of that extra cheese that was oohing and gooing all the way over this. And she lifts up, I mean, Chef, you literally lifted up the sandwich and all the cheese came up with it. That is magic. That's so impressive, and it's just what you expect when you get a Wolfgang Puck stainless, well, excuse me, yes, stainless steel if you choose it, but non-stick surface. It's going to do everything you want and nothing you don't. Well, that's just beautiful. Look what you do in seconds here.
That's that muffaletta. But no, that's the Panini Grill. That's not us.
It's you.
That's Wolfgang's Panini Grill.
You know how to put the ingredients together, but of course, with a recipe book, I feel like I can do it too. Like, I need to be told what to put together, and then my only job on this is just to close it. That's my cooking acumen. You know what I mean? Like, if you're someone who doesn't have all of the extensive skills, we tell you what to put on it, and your job is just to close it. And if that is, you know, the extent of your skills, like myself, this is going to allow you to cook things just like this. If all you know how to do is just open and close something, incredible. But of course, if you are the expert, everyone needs a panini press. It adds something that you just can't do, especially with breads. You can't do this on a grill. You cannot get the double-sided cook. Beautiful. Wow, the tools that you see her using right now, these are also on sale right now. 5 flex, $3.99 to get these home, $3.33 on your HSN credit card. You can choose black or red, but it's kind of like this nice double-sided tong where you can really pick up a burger, flip something, pieces of meat. Love it. Wolfgang designed them. They're beautiful, but